Welcome back to another vlog.
Question of quarantine, part 963,422.
So today we're just going to talk about, because there's been a lot of comments saying, why did you choose Iloilo?
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of people asking, like, what was your reason? What made you choose the city out of everywhere that you've been? What was so special? Why not Manila? Why not? And then, so we just thought, you know what? We've spoke about it a couple of times in like our other videos. And I think that it would be better to just have this as a topic so that when people search, they can find it. Because there's a couple of reasons, isn't there?
I remember when we very first landed in Iloilo, and we come from the airport and we was going to like a hotel, and we was like, whoa.
I think it was the second city, wasn't it, that we'd been to, because we've been
we've been Cebu, I think.
Cebu. Oh no, I'm lying. Then so there was Manila. We'd been to Cebu. We'd been to Puerto Princesa. So it was the fourth city.
And it was totally different. Nothing like anything else we'd seen at that time. So as soon as we got into the cab, the taxi, and then went to the hotel, it was all like big wide roads, grass and trees in the middle and stuff, and it was like, whoa,
we've never been America.
Crazy.
But it was very American, wasn't it?
It was very American. Very American.
It's and we stayed in, I can't remember the name of the area now, but I remember there's like lots of like clubs and bars in that area.
Oh. Yeah, it was near the airport. It wasn't far. It
wasn't far, but I can't remember the name of the area.
Yeah, I can't remember that.
Our hotel was quite expensive, and we stayed there because we didn't want the same situation to happen to us where we'd done, like in the last time we stayed in the wrong part of Manila, we stayed in the wrong part of Cebu, and we didn't want it to happen again. So we looked for like an expensive hotel, but actually what we've come to realise is that you can't make that mistake in Iloilo. There isn't a wrong part to stay in. There's a less touristy part, as in there's not as many places to eat around, but it's not like a bad area to stay in. And so because we've never been to America, that first impression was, oh my god, this is like, exactly what I think America will look like.
It looks sick. And we both said, like, if we was ever gonna buy anything in the Philippines, it would be there, just off like the first impressions
that it was clean and it was like fresh looking, and it was really beautiful.
And the most important thing was that it was the first place, because obviously we was quite new to the Philippines, right? So this was like the first city where we didn't have to like fight for everything that we was getting. Like, you didn't get ripped off. There was no like
haggling.
Nothing. Like, the price was the price, and that was it. And that was our very first experience of that in the Philippines. Like, so we was just like, oh my god, we love this place. It's so relaxed, so chilled. Not got to fight for anything. Not got to barter, haggle, whatever.
The other thing is as well, when we arrived, obviously like everything was really clean and tidy and stuff, but it was the first city, because we're going back to like 2017-18, so I think it was like, there wasn't across the country, it wasn't the rule that you couldn't smoke outside. It was just in some areas, like some parts of the country, and Iloilo had like, it was on the boards and stuff as you were going around the city, like no smoking outdoors in public places. So there was no like, you didn't see people standing outside smoking and then like throwing it on the floor, and it just and I remember, because my mum's disabled, so obviously everywhere we go, I always, in the back of my mind, I'm like analysing a place to see if like, oh, this would be good for her, or this isn't very accessible. And it was the first place that we'd been to in the country up to that point where I was like, oh, my mum could come here. Like, oh my god, she'd be fine. Like, the pavements were wide enough for a wheelchair. There was lots of slopes to get from the pavement to the road. The roads were so smooth. There's so many like tiny details that I was thinking this would be a really good place for her to come. And obviously I don't want to take her to the city, but you need somewhere to fly into that's going to be easy to get to places.
To get around and stuff.
And so for me, like, it just ticked that extra special box that just meant that not only can we be here, but we can have like family visit and stuff. And so that was definitely something that
it was just like and it was, the more like we thought about it, it was like very central to the Philippines, so you can get boats from like Rojas or Cataclan straight over to like Batangas, so you can easily get to like Manila if you need to. We've got international airport in Iloilo City. You can get boats, I think, down to Mindanao, Zamboanga maybe, I think.
it seemed to be that from some part of the island
you can
get to different parts of the country. So although it's not completely central and it's not the complete heart of the Philippines, it's very central for the places that we were really interested in going to. And like we can get to Mindoro, and then from Mindoro you can go and get a boat to somewhere else, or you can go to like
stuff.
Yeah,
you
so
can get everywhere.
It just seemed like a very, the more time we spent there and the more we looked at, right, okay, because obviously at this point we weren't looking to buy anything. Like it just was, oh my god, if we were ever going to live in this country, it was just a comment. It wasn't.
I remember that though.
It was something, that. And I think it was because we've had conversations like with Kai throughout the whole time, where he was like, oh, you know, what's your favourite place you've been to? What's your favourite city? What's your favourite island? And we're not city people. Like we don't like spending a lot of time in the city. But there wasn't a city feel to Iloilo. It was very like authentic. It was very like homey.
Pretty chilled, very quiet. Like
there wasn't like a madness and chaos about the city that we seem to feel everywhere else. Like in Puerto Princesa, it was nice. Like the city, we done like really good things there, but it wasn't like a beautiful city. It wasn't, oh wow, look at these buildings, like isn't this really pretty?
It's just like a typical city, because it was just busy, everyone, like it's quite big. Traffic, I think it's a lot bigger than Iloilo as well, Puerto Princesa. It's quite big, right?
Cebu, as much as we had a great time in Cebu and seen some great places, the city, we did not like the city at all. We did not like Cebu city. It was like very, very busy, very loud, like a lot of traffic. Yeah, and the same, like there's some nice places in Manila, and we've had some really good times in Manila, but we don't like Manila. We don't come to the Philippines to see the cities. But when we arrived there was just something that was like, I don't feel like I'm in a city, I feel like I'm in a town. And I think
that is right.
It was like a town, and it was very quirky, and it was just gentle and
a lot slower pace of life.
Something that you just kind of like made you like, I really like it here. It was very. That
was our first like experience of like a slower paced city, because it ain't, even though it's like called Iloilo City, it's not really a city. It's kind of more a town, and it has that towny vibe.
It has a town feel rather than a city feel.
And it was just nice. And then obviously we started like exploring Iloilo City and like the province, and it was just like, this is the spot, because you had like the islands. We went to Conception, and they've got like about 15 islands or so. No tourists go there, so we was like, this is a plus. This is like crazy. Then you got Carles in the further north to go Gigantes. Then you got Antique. It was just like this island has everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
As an island,
it has everything.
We just fell in love with the island. And everyone says, oh, it's the city of love. And, you know, Ilonggos are very, like, peaceful, gentle, softly spoken people. And even though at the first time that we went there, we didn't know that information, but we felt it. We were like, everyone's just... It does, you know, when you go to a city and everyone's stressed and like
running
you're
around
kind
crazy,
of in everyone's way, and you get to Manila and everyone's like trying to get to the front of the pavement to cross it first, and it's just very like, you've got to be alert the whole, and I'm not very good at that, and and you just got to be like constantly aware of your surroundings, because you're just going to get hit by a motorbike or something, and it's just not that in Iloilo. So for me, being the type of person that I am, I'm very kind of, you know, float along the street and take my time,
get run over by cars and stuff.
I don't pay very much attention. It suits me perfect, because it seems like everyone else is the way I am, and just very like, oh, I'm just gonna walk like, and at your own pace, and everyone's happy everywhere in the country. It's not like just an Iloilo thing. Everyone is happy everywhere. But there's just this like little aura of love that just kind of is there.
Honestly,
I don't know how to explain it.
I'm so
it's
surprised
just special.
It doesn't get more attention, because when we went to like the best island we've ever seen in the country, by the way, as of right now, Seco Island, like I was just looking at the island and like, how the hell does no one else come here? Like, it offers so much. and it's like
it has everything.
like you got Borowanga in like just near Boracay. It's probably like what 20-minute drive from like the Boracay port.
Cataclan, yeah.
And it's like nobody's there. It's empty.
And it was a really beautiful beach. Like
Yeah, it's mad.
really
Like
beautiful.
there's so much unbelievable stuff to see around Iloilo or on Panay in general, and no one really is there to like show it off. So when we'd gone to Seco, and then I think that was just before we went and viewed the townhouse that we bought, that just kind of like sealed it, because I was like, wow, this is like on our doorstep almost. Like, what? We gotta buy this. What? This is our island. Are you crazy? So yeah, like that all helped. Like all the little pieces come together, and there was only ever gonna be, I think, one option, to be honest, and that was Iloilo.
I mean, it wasn't for me. I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I want to buy anything. It wasn't like we came over there looking to buy something. It just kind of happened.
Yeah,
It just. Chris seen it, and we went to see it, and we viewed it, and then we came back. We spoke about it together, and then we went back and looked at it again, and then I spoke to my mum. I think I spoke to my mum before we went back to see it again, and everything about it. Like, my mum asked me a lot of questions, and I was so excited, and Chris was so excited, and like. It just seemed that our first impressions of the city, the fact that like I always said that I don't really want to buy a flat. I don't want an apartment in a big tower block. It's not what I want. I don't like the idea of someone being above me, below me, on the side, and at the side, and in front and behind. Like, I don't like the idea of being surrounded by people. Like, I'm quite a nature person. So if you've seen the videos of the actual house, you'll see that at the back
it's a jungle.
It's like a jungle, and I specifically said, like, choose whatever like unit that you want, and I specifically said to Chris, I was like, we need to get one in this row because I want that jungle behind. Like, I really need that green.
You're gonna have spiders like that big, and if she thinks I'm killing them, I'm not going near them.
We're not killing any spiders. They don't need to die.
What, ones like that? That big?
No. We'll name it. It'll be
We're not. We are not.
But it just seemed that everything that our first impressions, like the islands that we'd been to, when we spoke about like our favourite places, it all seemed to be like surrounding Iloilo as well, and all the places that we want to go back to seem to be like easy to get to from there. So when this house came along, we were like, this couldn't be any more perfect, because I think if you're in like Luzon area and buy a house in Luzon, you're very much like over there, and it's going to take a long time to travel right across the country. If you're in Puerto Princesa, it's expensive to fly from Palawan to other areas of the country.
Or you got to do a marathon and drive up
Yeah.
to like El Nido, then get the boat. I think from, can you get a boat from Puerto Princesa straight to?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, it's a long boat though.
It's
guys.
a long boat, and
It's
we
like
had a
15
very bad
hours.
experience.
Yeah.
We had a bad experience on that boat. So it just seemed like, because we were so kind of central to the country, everything was around us. Our first impressions were amazing, and then we went to see this like house, and we were allowed to buy it as foreigners, and we walked in, and they were like, you know, the deed says that it's a condominium because everything is like, although you're a block long ways, you're still attached side by side, so it's still a condo, but instead it's been laid on its side. So the deed still says condo. It just was perfect. We walked in, visioned ourselves in there, and that was it. It just sealed the deal. And then we kind of started to explore the area a little bit, because of obviously like the barangay, the town that we were in. We went to the malls and everything. Like, obviously the week that we went to see the house was Holy Week, so everything was shut.
Yeah.
So we were like, Holy Week we are not like religious people, so although we kind of get involved while we're there, because I think it's important to learn the culture of the area you're in, and it would be the same no matter what country we were in. If we were in Dubai, in a Muslim country for example, and they were celebrating something, I would want to go and like get involved and understand what they're celebrating and what they're, you know, I just think that's important. So we were there for Holy Week, and everyone leaves the cities in Holy Week, and we went to the procession, and although we got a lot of stares and looks, like we were so welcomed to be a part of it. Even when we explained that, you know, we're not religious, we have no idea what was going on. We had no clue about any of it.
You had half a clue, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's because I went to like Catholic schools when I was younger, because
I had no idea.
I'm like, my family's kind of religious to an extent, so I had half a clue about what it was, but I wasn't certain. And nobody, which I don't expect they would anywhere in the country, to be honest, but the people that we were with were very like, don't worry, we'll explain it, ask any questions, come and sit with us, it's fine. And it just, every tiny little thing that we'd done, we were just like, no, this is it, isn't it? This is the right place for us. It just works.
It's just a very homely city.
Yeah.
And it's a lot slower pace. So when we, obviously London, where we work and stuff, is like, it's basically like Manila.
Yeah.
But Manila's got worse traffic, right? Manila has the traffic on lockdown, alright? But it's like very fast paced, very busy. Everyone's running to get to work in the mornings, running to get home as soon as work's finished. So it's very like full steam ahead. And then when you go to Iloilo, it's like kind of the equivalent of like a small town in the north of the UK, where it's like really chilled. Liverpool's kind of chilled.
Yeah, it is. I think that's part of, when you were just saying that then, I'm thinking in my head, like, it reminds me of home. So
yeah,
I'm very like proud of my city and where I'm from, and nobody can kind of diss it to me, because I you love like the people, the way they are. They're very friendly. They'll help you if they'll talk to you no matter what. You've always got a friend in Liverpool, and it's very much like the Philippines. And I think that maybe in a past life all people from Liverpool were from the Philippines, because they've just got that love and care for their community that the Philippines has.
I think you might have a point there, to be honest.
So I just think for me, I felt like I'd come from home to home. And at the end of the day, when you go abroad, when you go to another country, you don't go there to feel stressed. You feel stressed at home, so you go to get away from the stress. And so for us to arrive there and just feel, even though we were in like a city which is the busiest part of a country, we were so relaxed. It made sense that this is, if you're gonna have a second home in another country, you want it to be as relaxed as possible, but as convenient as possible. So you've got the city on your doorstep, the airport on your doorstep, boats on your doorstep, islands on your doorstep,
Guimarães on your doorstep with the best mangoes in the world, by the way.
Exactly.
Best
it was
mangoes.
Just the location was everything. And I don't understand why people don't really go and visit the city. It doesn't make sense, because it's got a lot to do there, hasn't it? We've done a lot.
It's got so much. I mean, I think when we first got to Iloilo, I think we got our first like day out was to go to Conception, and then we went to the islands, and it was like I don't know what we was expecting, because Conception like literally has like 1 or 2 hotels at that time, so we kind of took a bit of a gamble going.
Yeah, we had no idea what to expect. We found our hotel actually on Facebook, because there was no hotels on Agoda, there was no hotels on the internet. So I was searching for hotels on Facebook, wasn't I, and found one, and she was like, yeah, just turn up, it's fine, like, we'll be there, let us know.
It's just everything, like, because, you know, if we buy in like a city, we have like problems, because obviously we're always really active now because we make videos, right? So every day we're like, what can we do? And you've got so much stuff on your doorstep if you live in Iloilo. Like, I mean, even if you went a bit further, right? Even if you didn't want to go to Conception and you went to Antique, you can get the bus to Antique. It only takes you about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depending on what part of Antique you want to go. So you can literally have so many things to do. Granted, the opposite side of the island, like Cataclan's like 6 hours away.
That's not even really that bad. Like, to go 6 hours from Manila south, you're still not somewhere that's like got a lot to do, because if you think about it, when we tried to go south this year, we had to go like 10 hours south, and then everything like 6 hours north we've already done. So although we've already done, or we will already do, a lot of our surrounding area of Iloilo, the boats are so close to get to other places. It doesn't limit us of things to do.
Like Bacalot's like
while we're there.
An hour and a half, maybe hour and a half boat to Bacalot.
We haven't been there yet, so.
And obviously Negros is huge, so we've got the best place like where we can take like a 2-week trip from Iloilo, get on the boat, go to Negros, and you can travel all the way down and round or do whatever, and then we can just come back up, get on the boat, and we can go back home.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so easy.
It was
so
just
central.
perfect. And the like local dish as well, like when we tasted that, Chris just fell in love with it.
The bak choy.
Yeah, the bak choy.
Bak choy is good.
I had the beef bak choy and it was delicious. And I remember like the week of Holy Week when we actually went to see the house, obviously like a lot of things were closed on the weekend because it was like Good Friday, Easter Sunday and stuff. But that week I got like a taxi by myself, and it's not something, we don't split up, do we? Like when we're away, we do everything together. If we go shopping for food, we go shopping together. We just don't do anything by ourselves because we don't know the area, and we just feel more comfortable doing everything together. But in Iloilo, I was like, I'm just gonna go and get my nails done. And normally, like, Chris comes with me. There are videos of him in the nail shop with me because he comes with me.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I'm just going to go and get my nails done. And it just was that, like, instinctive, I'm just going to go and do this the way I do when we're at home. I'm just going to go and do this. And though, you just go off and do your own thing.
Like, you know, like Manila. So say, like, you're a foreigner coming in and you come to the Philippines, maybe first or second time or even third time. Manila can be, like, quite, what's the word? You know, like, when you're a bit, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It can be a bit like, it can scare you a little bit. Intimidating, that's the word. It can be a little bit intimidating. And London would be the same. Like if you guys come over to London for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever.
It's intimidating for me, I'm not from London.
It's like, it's very fast paced. Everything's really fast and like
chaos.
Bibbing everywhere. And because Iloilo is so like relaxed and chilled, you don't feel like intimidated at all. Probably why you decided to go.
Yeah.
Because you would never do that in Manila.
No, I wouldn't go.
Not that far.
And it's not because I'm scared of like the people or the place at all, because I'm not. I just worry about being by myself anywhere, even in London. Like if I go somewhere by myself, I'm on the phone to him like, I'm just going here, like just talk to me while I'm on my way, while I'm walking. I don't go anywhere on my own. I'm a bit of a wimp. So to have that instinctive comfort where I'm like, I'm just gonna go and do a couple of bits, and I went and got some food. I went and got my nails done.
You brought me back like a cake or something like that.
Yeah,
as well.
like I actually got in a taxi and I went to like a little mall. I went and got my nails done. The salon was literally the best salon that I've been to in the Philippines as well. I can't tell you how many times I've got my nails done and they are off within a week. And I went to this place and they were still on 6 weeks after I got home. It was amazing. I was so happy because I do I'm qualified to do nails, so I'm very picky about my nails. And I went and got food, and then like I went shopping into the little like where Molo Church is. I went into that like little town part and done a couple of bits there, and then I got out of the taxi, done what I needed to do, got another taxi to the hotel and came back and brought him some stuff back. And I actually
you went to Molo as well, did you?
Yeah, I went on a full day out by myself. That was when I got you t-shirts for your birthday. That's where I got them from Molo.
Okay.
So it was just like I felt at home. I felt comfortable. Like everyone was like, "Can we help you? Are you okay? Can we have a chat?" Like half of them didn't even want to like help me. They just wanted to talk to me, and that goes for everywhere in the country. Like people just want to talk to us, don't they? And like I love that. I love feeling
she can
like,
talk for England, by the way.
In case you didn't know. I love that people want to just communicate with you and socialise with you, because I'm a social person. That's because I'm northern, and people in Liverpool are the same as people in the Philippines. We just want to talk.
Did you realise though that there's not a lot of foreigners in Iloilo? Because I didn't.
Yeah, there was no one. We were like the only foreign faces, like the only ones.
You know when you like go.
It's more local tourists there, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know like when you just go off because we just go off the beaten path all the time, so I don't even really notice it anymore when like you just don't see many foreigners. But I didn't really clock until we got told this year that there's just. You get looked at because there's no foreigners in Iloilo. I was like, oh yeah, didn't even really think about that. You know that.
There was no one this year, and we were like, everybody's literally staring at us because we'd been away and we've come back. Like it kind of takes a couple of weeks to get used to that being stared at again, and we were like, everyone's staring at us in Iloilo. And then the person who brought us the food when we were like having that really kind of difficult few days, she was like, yeah, have you not noticed, like, you're the only foreigners here, like, people don't come here, this is not the type of place that you see foreign people, because they come to Iloilo to go up north, to go to Boracay. So nobody comes here, and we were like, it's true. So
I think you could, in fact, you know what, guys, I think you can get a boat as well, by the way, to Masbate as well, from Rojas.
You can.
So I've already looked that up, because that will be getting used, let me tell you.
So yeah, but it's just, there are so many reasons, and I think that we could talk about this topic for days and days, because it just stole, to put it really bluntly, like, it stole our heart as soon as we arrived. Everything about it, the food, the beauty of the city, the convenience, but the town-like feel rather than the bustle of the city, the old side and the new side from the bridges, how beautiful and clean it is to just walk along the esplanade, like, just
that bit was
everything.
Nice.
Like,
that bit was really nice.
everything.
We went to like some bars.
Yeah.
By SM City, I think it is.
Mandoria, like not far from Mandoria.
Yeah, you know the SM City. I think it's like you got the river, right? So it's close by, and it's got like restaurants, the Korean place. Then it's got some bars and stuff. We was having a great time. I was so drunk, man, in there. Jeez, I was drunk. All the music was going off. The restaurants. You walk along the river to come back. You just jump in a taxi and go home.
It's not like, too far away. Everything's like far enough, but close enough.
Yeah, and then nothing's really too far, is it?
Like,
really?
Another thing is, like, and this doesn't bother us, this isn't an issue for us, because at the end of the day people end up in their situations from their personal circumstances, but there's like not really any homeless people. When we finished our meal from our restaurant and we had lots of food left over, so we were like, right, we'll take it and we'll give it to somebody who hasn't eaten, and we couldn't find any homeless people to give our food to. Like, there was just no one around. It's just a very, honestly, like, we can't sit and list everything, because there was just so many things that we were like, how can you not love this place? Like, how can you not want this to be like your second home?
Hey, it's going to be so built up soon as well, so we had to get in there early while it was around, because we'd never seen these sort of condos before.
Yeah.
So we didn't know if it was going to be the only ones or if they're going to build more, or so
we had to take a chance, didn't we?
So when we went back this year, I asked our agent, like, how much are they now? If he was to buy one, I guess, and he was like, I think it's gone over 3 million now. So I think we paid like 2.8, something like that.
2.7 something.
Something like that. So it's actually gone up like over 200,000 pesos just in like 8 or 9 months, or maybe a year, something like that.
And we know that there's like people are coming to do up the port area, so that the port area has got like better connections.
I think that's Brits, by the way. I think British companies
coming to do
building
that.
up the port. So
we also know, we've read that IKEA is meant to be coming to the city, and I love IKEA, so our house is going to be IKEA advert. And like, it just seems like, you know, I feel like I'm repeating myself now. It's just perfect for what we want, and the lifestyle that we want while we're away. It just works. It just works, and it's not for everyone, because some people like that hustle and bustle, but I do not. Like, I've grew up around nature most of my life, and I don't want craziness around. But it's set back enough from the city and the town. It's got the jungle bit behind us. It's like right next to a hospital. So again, like, for my mum. Also, the other thing is, if we got like a condo that went up, the lifts aren't working, and my mum comes, she's going to be stuck inside because she can't do the stairs. So it eliminates that problem, because it's just our little house with one set of stairs. There's a bathroom downstairs, there's a bathroom upstairs. It just, everything about it, when you take in all the fine details, it was just tick, tick, tick. There's nothing so far that we want that we haven't got in that area, or in that house, or in that location, that we're like, oh, if only. But there isn't that. We haven't got that, is there?
No, because we spent so much time there, we know where everything is. So, for example, the breakfast in Circle Inn was the best. So I'll be going there for breakfast. The internet was rapid, by the way, so fast. So we'll be doing all our uploading there as well.
And we sort.
Yeah, like, we're sorted. We have everything we need. So that was why, basically, we decided to pick Iloilo.
That's why we are going to be along, guys.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have any comments, just drop them down and we'll try and get back to them as best as we can. And if you have any other reasons why Iloilo might be the best city,
please let us know, because we are right there ready to explore. Any secret little gems in the city, any little secret locations that we need to know about, let us know down there. We'll be there. If you've got a little restaurant or a little cafe, let us know. We will come and eat there, because we just will, alright?
I just love food.
We're all here to support all of the little local like bits and bobs, so we just can't wait to get in and get to know everyone and get to know our local like area.
Move in, finally.
I can't wait for Joanne's fish bowls. I can't wait. I've spoken to Joanne on Facebook and I've told her that when we get back, the order, yes I have, the order that I am putting in for Joanne's fish balls is going to be so big. And she was just laughing. And I honestly, I can't wait. Like, get me to Joanne's fish balls. So, yes, thank you all for watching. And stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you in the next one.
Pa'alam.
Pa'alam.